Hello, everybody. Welcome back or welcome to the Sound Mind Strategies podcast. This is your nasalated co-host, Evan, and sitting across from me is my lovely wife, Anina.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's been a couple weeks. We are really, really excited to be back and sharing with you guys. We got some fun stuff planned for this episode and kind of just a little brief update on kind of where we've been and what's been going on. So we look forward to chatting with you. So stay tuned and enjoy the episode. How you been?
I've been good. I'm 29 weeks today. Pretty exciting. Little baby B is kicking a lot, so that's been pretty fun. I love getting the little kicks, especially when I eat kale salad. He loves it, so that's been so fun. He likes his greens for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool. So where have we been for 2 weeks? And I apologize, everyone. I'm just going to say it from the beginning. I did catch a little cold a couple days ago. I feel great. Just my nose is super stuffy. So I'm going to do my best to speak clearly and infrequently and let Anina do a lot of the talking.
So where have we been the last 2 weeks? So we did our baby moon. It was a trip to kind of down a little more south.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, 90
Missouri.
minutes, so an hour and a half, 2 hours south of St. Louis, yeah.
Yeah, and did a Airbnb there and just a fun hiking trip. We went to go see Hughes Mountain, which was beautiful.
How cool was that?
That
place
was really
so
cool.
much fun.
That was.
So we kind of hit a lot of the go make sure you see him kind of St. Louis hiking thing. So we did the shut-ins,
Elephant
Rock. We hiked up Hughes Mountain, and then we hiked another. Oh, it was Washington State Park.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like another park, St. Joe. So,
St. Joe, that's right.
The Airbnb we stayed at was super cool. Like we actually stayed in just like a converted upstairs area, which was just a nice little, about the size of a tiny house kind of thing. Just typical Airbnb, but very clean, very nice. They were on a few acres and had a dog, so we brought Cooper and
he met the lady of his dreams, the little, dog there.
But the cool thing is, now it would be a little too cold for us at this point.
Yeah.
With Anina being pregnant and all, but they have a teepee.
Like, yes, it's so
probably
cool.
Sleeps.
There was 2 beds in there, so I think 4.
But you could probably 2 couples or 2 people, 2 to 4 people probably comfortably, and it was really, really neat.
It was
pretty
so
cool.
neat. Yeah,
and then they have spas and all this other
massage and hot tubs and so it's definitely a really cool experience to go out there, kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, the lady and her husband run it, and she, I guess, is a Guinness World Record holder of riding her motorcycle across the world.
Yeah, exactly. It took her
5 years?
I think it was 5 years. Yeah, it was pretty insane. Like they had some books in the Airbnb about her. It was just like, oh my gosh, that's
and then
so cool.
Also, world record holder for the first woman to ride her motorcycle in
Saudi Arabia, right? Is that where it was?
Well, I was thinking Antarctica.
Oh. Well, there was one where it was Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, she was definitely there, and there was a ride up there, but I think the other Guinness record was
the Antarctica?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I don't know. There was a lot going on. She had a lot going on. Very cool.
Yes.
It was fun. They were great, very accommodating.
We'd definitely go back Cooper again.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we had a blast.
It was a great time just to kind of connect with nature. And I know they say, I've read it before, that spending 3 days in nature can really be just really mentally helpful for you and just really clearing of your mind too.
Well, I can attest. We did that because we kind of started, the official baby moon started a Thursday evening, and then we ran it all the way through that Sunday night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was wonderful. I mean, we were in nature most of that, and came back completely refreshed. So
we did kind of set some priorities about how we want to move forward with our business, and got a lot of clarity around things. So
the original plan was we actually got some microphones, and we were going to do a podcast, record our which would have been episode 27, this one, while we were there. And we had a really, really good discussion that first night. And we kind of just really talked about the business, talked about us, where we saw ourselves and how we saw ourselves growing in this business. So we decided the best thing for Evan and Anina going forward and Sound Mind going forward was to take a little pause, actually.
Yeah, and that was hard to make, that decision, but it was definitely what we needed.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt. I feel really good about it and have had some conversations, one with the coach that we're working with, and then another really good friend who's definitely in this space. And yeah, I definitely feel like that was the right call, and to reset priorities, one as for us as a couple, and then also as business owners and growing this business for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So what are some of the key takeaways that you got out of that?
Out of our trip?
Yeah.
It was, just one.
Really, I guess more than the trip, just these 2 weeks from when we recorded last to kind of where we're at now.
I really am seeing the value in like putting a pause on things and just really doing some time for like self-reflection and self-discovery. Because I feel like not having taken that pause, we would have kept going and just been even more exhausted than we were already feeling prior to our baby moon. And so just the value of taking time for yourself and just sitting down, getting clear with your thoughts. I know we did some journaling while we were there, and that was helpful. So just to get, just really got some clarity on some of the pressures I was putting on my own self and on our business, and that it's okay. We don't have to do it all like in any type of time frame, just to slow it down a little bit and just really start to enjoy what we're doing rather than feeling like it's a hustle all the time. Because that was taking the joy out of it for me with the business.
I 100% agree with that. Like, it was a hustle. And I know we follow all these people on social, right, that talk about the grind and the hustle and building business. And I think there's a lot of value to take away from that. I really do, about just the kind of work that you put in, the work ethic that you put in, how hard we work, how often we work. But it does, at the same time, I think, take away from just the priority level or the enjoyment of the now part of it.
Right.
Like, it was so hard to be happy and pleased with the progress that you have made, right? Mm-hmm. The number of clients that you support, or the number of podcasts that you have, the number of podcast downloads or clicks on it. All these things are can be used as measures and good analytics, or they can be used as like value and worth. And I think, in a first year business, can be very damaging. Yeah,
it definitely can be when you're kind of just looking at that for all your validation, and it's like, no. That's not helpful. So yeah. So for me, it was just nice. And I'm kind of one of those go people, and it's hard for me to slow down. But I definitely was reminded of the value of slowing down and taking some time to think about things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What about for you? What did you get out of it?
That was the biggest thing, is like, those are one of the things that you just know, but how often, just because it's knowledge doesn't mean it's a practice. So just that, like, not getting my validation from a lot of those other markers, It's
outside types.
Right. It's just like, I know we do good work, and we're in a first year thing, and so many people that we talk to, it's just like they didn't see real traction, or they didn't see real growth, or they didn't feel a good sense of things until like 10 years, right?
Yeah, that's what I kept hearing over and over. 10 years, 10 years.
Which makes so much sense, because 10 years is right about that timeline of the 10,000 hour rule of mastery, mastery of craft, mastery of self. So what we're doing is just that. We're putting in the work, we're putting in the time, we're putting in the hours, and I feel really good about it. So
I do too.
So one of the main takeaways for me was to pull back and not think about needing to grow in every single direction.
Yes.
All right at the same time. So pull back and be strategic about what gets our time, what gets our attention, and where we need to grow,
Yes.
grow with your strengths, but don't let your limiters like really limit you.
Yeah, exactly. Because I felt like we were just kind of trying to like
do everything,
and it was exhausting. And like we were talking earlier, it can be damaging to a relationship too. Because it's like if you only have so much time, obviously in a day, other things are going to get cut out and start to.
Oh right, yeah,
yeah.
Something's got to give, right?
Right, exactly. So I'm glad that we reset our priorities and we're like, okay, we got to keep us too. And
yeah, not that we're amazing by any means, but I think we're very clear on that and very fortunate to have such a good foundation of a relationship and to catch it early.
Yeah.
To say, okay, we definitely see this as pressuring the relationship. There was no issues there. There was no one was upset, but it was also like, this goes on for much longer, things are going to get fragile.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it was definitely a good pullback to say, our relationship definitely outweighs Sound Mind in any way in a priority level. So
yeah,
it was fun to just kind of restructure priority and see what actually was getting the attention. We can say what the priority is, but then you have to also need to do an inventory of like where the time goes. Cause that's no matter what you say priority is, the time allotment shows what priority was.
It does. And then just in honoring what our name is all about, Sound Mind.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, well, man, we have to, kind of be living it too, to the best of our ability. And sometimes you got to have a little spirit check about what's going on.
Absolutely. I think that's a great thing. So, just to fast forward, not to dive into that too long. We kind of want to I'm super stuffy, and I think having everyone listen to a full discussion, full length podcast that we normally do right around the hour mark people would probably shut me off anyway. And I don't want to force you to do all the talking. So I think just for this week, what we kind of wanted to do is come together, say thank you for giving us that grace and that grace period of missing a couple weeks. That means a lot to us. It really does. We had several people reach out and to say, what's going on? Is my device broken or where's the podcast?
That was sweet. It's like, oh, okay. Thanks.
Thank you. It really meant a lot. So, I think what we would like to do is lay out a couple of the topics that we have in the pipeline that are for weeks ahead. A holiday episode idea that we have, and then just kind of like what we've been getting into personally. So,
so one of them we talked about one of the topics was moving forward will be discipline equals freedom, right?
That was one of the ones. So that concept is definitely not ours. It's borrowed, and we would like to talk about like what we think about it, kind of what we feel his thoughts on that were. So it's John Willink, or Jocko. So he's a military guy, kind of
a Navy SEAL or something.
Navy SEAL. So we're just going to dive into that. And I think there's so much good stuff
there is
in that. Like, so discipline equals freedom. Like, what does that mean? How can we unpack that? How can we apply that to our lives? So I think there's a lot of good stuff there. The next one is, and these may not be the order that they come out in, but the next one we have kind of written down that we'd like to talk about is like too many irons in the fire. So what does that mean? So I have so much stuff going on, just kind of like what Anina and I just talked about there. So one, how can I structure my day and then also my week to alleviate some of that pressure? So instead of giving things just like tiny little windows, maybe we can build our days around those specific irons that would be in the fire. So where each thing can get adequate amount of time where we feel, fulfillment out of all those.
Yeah. Another one we're going to talk about is motivation and just what that looks like for each and every one of us, how to discover it, how to find it. If you feel like you don't have the motivation on things, just give you a couple tips and tricks that have helped us to get motivated, and really connecting, with ourselves and what's important to us too. And sometimes when you're not lacking motivation, that's telling you something too. So paying attention to that as well.
Yeah, I think that's a cool one. We have touched on motivation in the past, but I think it's such a big, diverse topic. Like it's definitely worth hitting again.
Yes.
So another one that I thought would be really fun. I've been doing a lot of reading on this just trying to understand it, unpack my initial thoughts around it, my initial kind of hesitations, and then where I might be needing to change my ideas on it. So it's CBD. To use it, not to use it, what are the benefits of it? Is it just for athletes? Is it just for whoever? Is it just marketing? So
yeah,
that'd be a fun one.
Cool.
That'll be really kind of fun. I definitely feel like that needs to be pushed back a few weeks just so I can kind of round out my reading on that. But
yeah,
I think it's a cool topic for sure.
I think so too. You've been doing a lot on that. Another one is decluttering the mind, body, and spirit. So just looking at how we can declutter those areas of our lives. Also, the physical things in our lives as well, and how that can really play on us mentally, emotionally, physically.
And how are they connected? Right?
Exactly. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that kind of rounds out some of the big topics that we have in the works. And then we had another one that we'd like to do. Like, this is kind of where you guys come in.
Yes.
Is we have holiday episodes. I know Thanksgiving's like literally right around the corner. So we can either do something for Thanksgiving or push it off to like a Christmas kind of style. We could, or both, it just depends on how fast you guys work or would like to work. One, do you even want a podcast around those times? Like, are you going to feel rushed to get it in, or are you just going to skip it or whatever? So, and we're just open to that. We don't mind recording. We kind of enjoy it. Our studio's set up and ready to roll. So
it's going to be like more Q&A, like some
exactly.
questions that you guys may have for us. Because we've gotten a couple questions here and there, but would like to
make it more of a formal, a full episode out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So with that, there's several ways you can get a hold of us. You can reach us, on our tribe page, that closed Facebook group. You can just let us know, like, holiday episode Q&A, and then just like let us know what the question is. We can leave your name off if you want, or we can just say we're the first name. So let us know any questions you have, if it's personal or business related or anything, that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's for one of us or both of us, just maybe indicate that. If it is for one person, just let us know who it's for so we can direct that accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
I'm looking forward to that one.
Also, Instagram, email, text message, whatever, any way that you know how to get a hold of us, just fire those questions off, and we'll build a document out of them, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. I agree. That'll be cool.
I do too. Yeah, that'll be really fun. And I think that's kind of it, just moving forward, some of the ideas we have.
Yeah. What have you been getting into, and what have you been getting me into?
Oh yeah, we got to bring that up. That's right. Actually been changing up my training a little bit and doing some running, which was awesome. Kind of what kicked it off is that there was a Veterans 5K, last weekend?
Yeah.
Evan and I both being veterans, we're like, let's participate in this. Let's do it. And there was something like, with work too, just kind of like a gathering of all of us going together. So that was really awesome. We took Cooper, our dog, with us too, and ran the first 5K in a long time. And boy, was I sore. And Evan and Cooper were such good sports about going with this prego lady.
I was impressed. I mean, twofold. I was super impressed with Cooper. He ran the whole thing, ran awesome.
Yeah.
So many people, and just kept on pace and kept going. And like, that dude is a racer. Like,
oh my gosh.
When he came into that finishing chute,
yeah,
like he just started. He's got a finishing kick for sure.
He does. Oh my gosh, he was definitely very intrinsically motivated. Everyone yelling, going, "Come on, come on!"
Like, he literally almost pulled my arm out of socket. Like, he was racing for that line. It was so fun.
So cute. Yeah.
But as impressed as I was with him, like, is to the 10th degree how impressed I was with you. I mean, here she is, 6-7 months pregnant, like. And we kind of started towards the back, but like, we never quit passing people. I think we got passed by one person. And like, we weren't running, just to be fair, we weren't running like record-setting pace, but like, this girl was running. Like, it was awesome. It was so cool. That
was fun.
We did have one little break about a mile in.
Right at the beginning, I'm like, potty break.
I guess all the moms out there understand that.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, he's sitting on my bladder again. But yeah, it was fun. So we've kind of started doing a little bit more running here and there, and it's like great to like wear Cooper out too, and myself and you.
I've been enjoying it. Like, just a little maybe history on us. Like, we used to run a lot. Like, I think people from the podcast know us as cyclists now, but like we used to kind of dabble in multi-sport. I used to run quite a bit and ran with previous dogs that we had. But yeah, like it's been a lot of fun. Like I really enjoy the running. I was really nervous at first to see how my knee would take it, but it's been fine. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been fun. And I just got me a pair of tennis shoes yesterday. So that means I was fast today. I was zooming new shoes. She dropped me. I couldn't hang on. Yeah, exactly. New shoes have a way of doing that, right? You feel like you're like Superwoman, like, I can go so fast
we've been looking at like running watches. Like this is getting serious.
It's getting serious.
Like if any of you run or know runners and have a good running watch suggestion, let us know. Shoot us a message like, what watch do you have? What do you use? What do you like? What do you not like about it? I'm super techie and nerdy, and I love, like, with coaching athletes, I love to look into the numbers. So, let me know. I'm open to all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, we got a couple. We're kind of like going between.
I'm definitely feeling the running coming back. Like I'm really excited about it. So
yeah, and you and Cooper have been such good supporters for me, because I know it's like right now I feel like I'm so slow, and not like no judgment around. It's just like carrying extra 15 pounds and really feel it.
I mean, you're not slow because you want to be. You're slow because you have the doctor
body's
said
changing.
Your doctor said you got to keep your heart rate so low. So it's not
that is true.
It's not like you can't run faster. You just doctor said.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Got to keep it low.
Yeah, no, I've been enjoying that. That's a lot of fun. So kind of how are you guys? How are things? I've had some good conversations with a few of you. Some people watched Game Changers, that vegan documentary that came out about athletes. People are really, really motivated about changing diet. And then, so it's fun. Like I've kind of working and helping a couple people that are making that change. We've talked about intermittent fasting with some friends, kind of walked that route. I did a 7-day intermittent fasting challenge. One just kind of out of curiosity to see like, what did I notice? Any effects, any changes? So, I don't know that I'll stick with it, but I definitely will probably implement it like, not every single day, but probably 3 to 4 days out of the week. I think it's good for me to structure that way.
Yeah, you did really good with it.
I felt good.
Yeah, you stayed on it.
Yep. Anything with you?
I think that is it right now.
Okay.
So just
super short
tuned.
one.
Yeah.
We thank you guys for sticking with us, and please submit those questions so we can get those holiday episodes ready, and then be ready for those topics in the pipeline. If there's something else that you would like us to hear or that you would like us to
talk about, just let us know.
Yeah, feel free. Or if there's, this is the first recorded episode on our new podcast recording device.
I know, it's so fancy.
It's really, really fun. So I think we're kind of getting set up for guests. We kind of always wanted to have guests, and we had a few people written down and they agreed to it. We just kind of wanted to make sure our equipment and everything was ready. So feel like we're ready. So if there's anyone that you feel like we need to talk to or maybe set something up with, that'd be cool. Let us know. Let us know kind of what's going on with you guys. And thank you for giving us that grace period of the 2 weeks to kind of allow us to reconnect as a couple and as business partners. And so we're really motivated, really excited on moving forward and being very strategic. Like the podcast is something that was very close to, very dear to us, and felt like it was something that needed attention and needed for us to come back and revisit.
Yes.
So very happy to be back and very happy to be recording for you guys. So I guess without dragging this on and making you listen to my nasally voice, we'll kind of wrap it up, and I guess we'll catch you all next week.
Yeah, have a good week, everyone. Bye.
Peace.